Hey, so I've always wanted to travel in time. Maybe you have too. Like in a time machine or something. But you have to admit that progress in building a time machine has been slow. And maybe that's not such a bad idea when you consider all the horrible disasters that we're all very familiar with time machines. People go back in the past, they change something inevitably, and it never works out well. In fact, maybe I will make a video at some point on all of the well-known catastrophes that have happened from people misusing time machines in fiction. So, if you really want to travel in time, maybe the way to do it is the way that scientists do it. Because while history is in the past, remnants of that history, information from that history is often not completely gone. And one of the most fascinating things to me about science is when we can figure out ways to uncover and interpret information from the past that's been hidden. And we make it clear, and now we can see it again. And we can see things that we didn't know about from the past. That's pretty amazing. So I read about something really fascinating recently that some scientists did. Let me tell you what they did. They found a new way to get information that's still present about the Roman Empire. Let me just tell you a little bit about the Roman Empire, then I'll tell you what they did. Okay, so the Roman Empire was, in its time, the most powerful military and economic power on Earth. In the year 100 CE, estimates are that the total economic power of the Roman Empire, the economic output of the Roman Empire, was on the order of 25 to 30% of the entire world economic output. That's a lot. And the other thing about the Roman Empire was that they used a lot of lead for various things. They used lead in construction, in plumbing, in shipbuilding, in smelting silver. And so there was always a certain amount of pollution, lead pollution, as a byproduct of their manufacturing that went up into the atmosphere. So here's what these scientists did. They took ice cores. Ice cores are sections from the ice, in this case from Greenland, that has been laid down from snowfall year after year for tens of thousands of years. And it becomes ice, and you can take a piece of the ice, which is what they did, that corresponds in time to the period of the existence of the Roman Empire. So they had the ice core that corresponds to the Roman Empire, and they found that the ice cores are polluted to some extent by lead that went up into the atmosphere and fell back down onto the fresh snow and became incorporated in the ice core. So they look at the ice core, they look at the amounts of lead in it, they look at the dates, and they're able to get an image of the amount of lead in the ice at different times. And then they correlate the amounts of lead with what we actually know from history about the Roman Empire. So, what was going on? Were they good times? Were they bad times? Was there a pestilence? Was there a famine? Was everything good? And once they've done that, they've found that the ice core can serve as a proxy for economic activity in the Roman Empire. So now, after almost 2,000 years, we have a new way to look at this history. And that the ice cores are a visual representation of economic activity in the Roman Empire. And that is pretty fascinating. That is very fascinating. So if you want to travel in time without the risk of, the end of the universe, I think this is a good way to go. Thanks a lot for watching.